All right, welcome back, guys. Um, just getting round four started. Everybody's seating and finding their tables and everything. We're gonna get this information up to date on the screen. So we're gonna have on one side. I'm gonna wait to see what side of the tables that they sit on to actually do it. But
Yeah, not quite sure.
we're gonna have Dan Ford again. We had him a couple rounds ago. He's on Goblins
He's gonna be
against Thomas Kauffman. What's he
He's
bringing
on
today?
Blue-Red Delver,
Ooh.
and it's looking like a pretty aggressive build. We're looking at
So
2 Bedlam Revelers in this list, 4 Monastery Swift Spears, some Delvers, of course,
yeah.
and we're getting some really fancy things. And we got Price of Progress.
Hell yeah.
Remember that? We were talking
Oh,
about
that's
that
a
earlier.
spicy one.
And it's not even mono red. I love it. 1 Fire Blasphemy board as well.
Oh man.
4 Chain Lightnings. A Vapor Snag. Ooh, I love me some Vapor Snag. Dazus Cryptics. 1 Cryptic. This is what we're looking at here. So it's a very aggressive build of Delver. He's looking to get this game finished as quickly as possible. And he's not messing around. Now it's interesting to note. Oh, and 2 Storm Chaser. Oh my gosh, 2 Storm Chaser mages. Do you remember that standard
Oh
All-Star?
yeah. That's a legacy that shows up in these decks. That's the 1/3, right? The 1/3 flying.
It's the 1/3
yeah.
prowess flyer. Yeah,
He
yeah.
shows up in these decks. Absolutely.
It's a fancy one. And man, how many lands is this guy running? 7 and
I would imagine 20.
15.
21, something like
15 lands.
15. Oh man.
We got a land light over here. We only need 2 to cast every single spell in our entire deck. So, I mean, that helps, right? So let's take a
Indeed.
look.
Okay, so
Looks like Tom Kaufman's going to be on our right.
did I put him backwards? No, I put him right.
Oh, no, you put him right. He's on our left. Never mind. And Dan Ford is going to be on our right. I love that playmat by Dan Ford. Schadenport looks great.
The Schadenport Legacy Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from Eternal Weekend? I believe that is. That's
Yeah.
Eternal Weekend, Matt.
No, it says Legacy
Ooh.
Championships North America. Yeah.
Oh, but over I see on yeah. All right, yeah, I see on Thomas Kaufman's side that we've got the classic Spellground.
Ooh, true.
Which is that's an oldie and a goodie. So
You're not wrong about that one. Who will be victorious? Which playmat? We should have like a whole sub-series of just like
so?
playmat.
Do you think that like playmat quality and play quality correlate in some meaningful
I do.
way? Okay.
I am a firm believer.
Yeah?
In playmat and player quality.
So I'm suddenly thinking die roll is particularly important in this matchup.
Oh, I'm certain. Now, so one thing, I don't think Goblins is going to be able to ever get a Lackey in, right? There's way too many bolt effects. I think he has 8 actual bolts, and then some extra stuff on top of that. But I still think going first is going to be a really big player in this game. I think it's actually going to end up being a really grindy matchup, realistically, because if he has some Tarfires to kill like the first Delver, like things are going to slow down real quick.
Yeah, both decks do have a. I mean, they're using the removal to burn more. I feel like, but both sides do have a weird amount of removal given what these decks are.
Yeah.
Are in most matchups. So yeah, it should be interesting.
And the Delver deck does have a few dead cards right here. I mean, there's these Price of Progresses, and they're not dead, and they do enter Schadenports, but that's about it.
Yeah.
The Wastelands are going to be gone, right? There's never going to be on the battlefield,
Yeah.
so 4 Schadenports is all you're going to get with those prices.
So let me ask you this: is this a matchup where Chain Lightning could be chained?
Yes, it is. I really hope that happens. No, what I want to have happen is I want to have it in his hand, and he can't cast it because it could get chained back.
That would be so great. That'd be like, I mean, we're unused. We obviously this is our first stream, but it'd be great to like. That's our first great achievement unlocked. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like, Chain Lightning chained on stream. Definitely, we'll look to see that one. Okay, it looks like their players are just about to get started here. I actually did not see.
I believe
who won
Dan
the die
got
roll.
the dice roll.
Dan got the die roll. All right.
Don't quote me on that, but
Well, it'll become clear.
it looks
soon
like
enough.
Thomas does have a bit of a handicap with his thumb.
Oh yeah.
Cut, so
his ability, if he likes to flick his cards a lot, his ability to do that is severely hampered, I would think.
That's gonna hurt the play.
I mean, that's gonna hurt your concentration, right? Oh, thank you for cooperating with the hand cam there, Dan. Nice guy. He's a coverage veteran now, so.
Ooh. Oh yeah, second time on. First repeat.
This, I believe, is the first time we've seen him open up with the Goblin Lackey, though.
That's true, and I mean I'm expecting it to die, but if it doesn't, well, that might just be the game right
That
there.
might be just be game.
But I mean, he has Swift Spears, right? If he really wants to do it, he can just play a Swift Spear and hold it to block. But I'm just expecting to see a lightning bolt of some sort come down.
Yeah. And that's like, I mean, Goblin Lackey is one of the few creatures you actually want to point a bolt at if you're Thomas, right? Most bolts you want to go to the face.
Exactly, but this one's important enough. I mean, like your matrons and all of that, none of those matter. They're just kind of chaff on the field, but the lackey's definitely a high priority target. And we do have a fetch from Thomas Kauffman going down to 19. And Volcanic Island. So he is getting the Volcanic. So he is opening himself up to Wasteland. Now he might need to because of his hand. And there's the Bolt that we expected.
Okay, so Thomas down to 19 and the bolt on the Goblin Lackey, just like you said you thought would happen. And looks like he's going to pass with the port. Is he going to port here on turn 2?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a port.
Oh, man. That's I got to think that's not where Dan really wants to be.
No, but it's not a terrible turn. It's buying him time. And if Thomas doesn't have a proactive play on this turn 2 with his 1 mana, then it's really not a big deal for Goblins. He's just brainstorming or pondering here. That's fine.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to crack the Scalding Tarn here, and yeah, probably just a cantrip spell of some kind. I guess he could have a Delver.
If he has the Delver, that's really good for him.
Is this the kind of deck that plays Goblin Guide?
Oh, I wish, but he's not playing it, unfortunately. I think his Monastery Swift Spears are just better.
Oh, yeah, sure, so Spear.
This is his prowess based. But, I mean, you could definitely see, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And he's getting the basic this time, so.
I guess prowess creatures kind of are just better than getting your opponent's lands.
You don't want to give free cards in Legacy most of the time.
So what do we think of this white border basic?
I am not a fan.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to hold in my lunch right now. That's a little... Ugh.
Yeah, but there is a Delver, so that's actually really good for Thomas. Dan wanted him to just do a cantrip there, and now that he's actually done something proactive, he has to respond. Now, because he just ported, I'm assuming he has like a matron here maybe that he can play.
He's got to have something. There's a Chromox? Is that Mox
That's
Diamond?
a Chromox, yeah.
Is that Chromox or Mox Diamond?
I believe it's Chromox.
I believe it's Chromox as well. I'm not super familiar with this artwork.
But it looks like a Chromox.
Looks like Chromox to me.
And it will resolve, and then I can exile something. It looks
Exile
like he's exiling.
Scourge Stinger.
Ooh, pants.
That's a goblin that catches people by surprise sometimes.
Yeah, that's the bouncing one, right?
Yeah,
like
it's the
echo
one that
bounces.
it has echo and it bounces a creature when it comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen it Aetherviled into play in some hilarious situations.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, bouncing things like, Gristlebrand or... Okay, here's a foil Goblin Mage. Man, this is a...
So he kept up, he Chromox so that he'd have this one mountain, so I'm curious as to what that's for. And it looks like we're going to get a Force of Will out for this Goblin Matron, so that is not going to resolve. He doesn't have a Cavern of Souls to make this encounterable, which I'm assuming he's running, but I'm actually not positive. Let me take a look, see if there's Caverns in this 75.
Just leave it up?
Yeah, 3 Caverns, so unfortunately he didn't have that to save himself. Keep that Goblin Matron in play. And now, if he was playing on Searching for the 1-drop, it's a little bit awkward that he played that Chromox, because he didn't need to if that 1-drop was what he was searching for. So it's interesting to note that the sequencing there might have not been optimal. Probably won't come into play, but definitely worth noting.
So it looks like he did not flip his Delver?
I think this is an upkeep Brainstorm.
Okay, that makes sense.
Trigger on the stack. He's trying to get it.
So he can make a shiny Insectile Aberration. And that Matron was Force of Will. So I'm curious why he Chromoxed if he... Oh, to play around Days, I guess?
Well, I was thinking he was going to search something out, but that's that's a really good point. Maybe he was playing on the Days, and that's actually a really good decision to make if that's what he was trying to do. So
even if you are going to tutor for a 1-drop, it's still better to play the Chromox first because of Days, right?
Good point. I didn't think about that, and I probably would have gotten Dazed and punished. So.
And yeah, there are the full 4 Dazes in, in Thomas's decks. So.
I mean, He's running all 1-drops pretty much, and a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
twos, so I'd want dazes as well.
Just 0 mana, 4 spikes.
I really love this Vapor Snag 1-0 too. I want to see that happen.
Yeah. It's just yeah, it's an interesting card.
Alright, he's going to reveal his Taxing Probe, flip his Delver.
Like, he knew it was there.
Yeah. No question on that one.
Alright, and he swings
And
in
here we
for
come
3.
for 3 damage. Oh, just
it's-
kidding.
Maybe not.
Another Delver
first. Now we're gonna swing
Now
for
we're
3.
going to get the 3. Yeah, let's see if he has any. What's he his play
Dan's
now?
dropping down to 17, and it's his turn now, it looks like.
Alright.
So we're a little flooded, I feel like, on the Goblin side. We're 5 lands right now. That is not really where you want to be. And we are gonna play. What is that card?
That
Oh,
is...
that's the Double Striker.
That
again,
is
I believe.
Warren Instigator. Oh
Yep.
yeah, that is.
The Double Lackey.
And we got a reader. Yeah, that is. For those of you who don't know, it's literally Goblin Lackey with Double Strike for 2 mana. So if you hit the opponent, it does damage twice, and you get to put 2 goblins into play instead of 1.
So that's,
We're not.
Oh.
We're
oh,
not.
wait. Oh wait. It flipped off a Chain Lightning. But
Okay.
we got
Oh
2 red
man.
up. Oh, he's porting him in the
Oh,
upkeep
no.
with the trigger on the stack. No, it's fine because that's his only red source right now.
Okay. So he's not going to cast it this turn. All right, I see. But it flipped the other Delver. Yeah. And we're not going to ask Tom what happened to his hand, man. That's medical privacy or whatever. I'm joking. I have no idea what happened to his hand. But
You can try and find out after this
I
round.
imagine it's relatively insignificant. All right, Gataxian Probe for life is cast. The last card is Siege King Commander.
Oh, that's a good one to have a 5
Yeah,
mana.
that's a good last card.
So he's looking for that red land so he can kill this Warren Instigator, but it's actually not even super important right now.
What I'm trying to say is this is the one we should be commentating on because this is live.
This one's the faster one. This one's not.
But no, but this is the live stream, so this is what they see.
Yeah, but we have to commentate based on what we're saying because this is delayed for everything, including the vocals.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. With that, just checking, making sure everything's working.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
technically.
We just wanted to check something out really quick. And it looks like it's still Thomas's turn. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do with these 2 insectile aberrations.
Not sure what he's got with that Taxium Probe. His hand is a little bit off on the hand cam.
Yeah, the hand cam is an imperfect,
You know,
imperfect
everyone
device.
holds their cards in different spots.
Yeah,
It's a,
yeah, and we all have it, you know. All have different ways of holding our cards. We all have that friend that just like holds his cards forward a little too much so you can see them. Looks like he's just gonna swing with 1. Wants to block the instigator, maybe.
it's a double striker though.
I mean, he's
It
gonna
will trade if he does it that way. Oh, but
Right,
I guess he's willing to do the trade.
right. Well, if he attacks with both here, he attacks Dan down to 14. But if he attacks with both here, like he gets in 6 points. But then that siege gang is gonna come down next turn.
I mean, it's gonna come down both ways though, unless he has the counter magic.
Yeah, I think he might have.
Which is
like
why
a,
he's
like
doing
a
this.
daze is good enough here. So.
Yeah, currently. See if that holds
Right,
up.
currently.
Holds up. And we're gonna untap. And looks like he's playing 3 mana. What did he draw?
Yeah, he's got
draw-
a
yep,
Goblin
Matron.
Matron. All right.
Which can now get a Gem Palm, which is really nice because
Oh,
then you can
yeah.
Gem Palm the Delver out of the way, and then get in with the Instigator and get his
Oh,
guy
yeah.
in. So, and the Gem Palm isn't counterable; it's a cycle. You can't do anything. No days is gonna work
Can't-
on that.
I believe you can stifle it.
Ooh.
I believe you can stifle
Yeah,
it.
you can
but
stifle that.
that's, I don't think there's any stifles in this list. There is one Vapor Snag though, and if
There
he
is Vapor Snag.
Vapor Snags us, well,
In
I guess.
response, yeah, he can Vapor Snag the Instigator, and then the Gem Palm would only deal 1, which
But-
would be pretty awkward.
But he won't leave his Delver back in that situation.
That's
or
true.
His insectile
His,
operation. He would have
his
attacked
Delver
for
would have
6.
come in hot.
So, don't think that's what's happening here. But he does. He, like you said, got the Incinerator, and he is cycling it.
Yeah, this is looking really good. This turn is looking really good for Dan.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he was kind of getting crushed, and all of a sudden he's back in it.
So there's the cycle. Did he draw off the cycle? Okay, there
I
we go.
believe he's doing that now.
And then now, and if he drew a goblin, he gets both of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If he drew a goblin, this is going to get real silly. So he's going to attack. I
Almost down
believe he's going to
14.
take 2, but there's going to be 2 separate triggers
Yep.
transpiring here.
So that's what we're going through right now. So it's going to be trigger number 1. And what are we getting?
There's the Siege
Gang
Gang.
we knew about. Trigger on that. We got 3 tokens. It's a goblin party over here.
Oh no, that makes 3 goblins.
Yeah, and he can throw them anywhere he wants now. Now
And
he just has fodder to kill all the delvers. Any
Oh,
other
yeah.
threat that gets deployed will die. to
And,
goblins being thrown.
In a sort of weird turn of events, like Dan is operating at a much higher mana level here, so he is almost like in a controlling position. Cause
Yeah. Ooh, and he had the second goblin.
Oh
What is
man, yeah, double goblins. This has gotten.
Is that another instigator? It looks like
That's another instigator.
I mean, hey, that's a 1-1 double strike. It'll do 2 damage a turn, so not too shabby.
I mean, yeah, he's probably not going to put 4 goblins into play, but I mean,
Yeah, unlikely.
you get a perfect ringleader. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. If he ringleaders with the first strike trigger,
Oh, yeah.
hits 2 more, and then the normal damage.
that is 2 separate triggers, so that is precisely how it would work.
I kind of want to see that now.
I
Too.
mean, it would be
There's a lot of
pretty
things I want to
sweet.
see. I'm kind of greedy. I'm feeling like. Okay, so I'm assuming this is gonna be the chain lightning that we saw, right? He needs to kill this.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not going to be chained back, which
Yeah.
I'm a little sad about, but
There goes the commander. So now the goblins are just 1/1s. Which I mean, the double does block those 1/1s right now. So realistically, there's 2 instigators that can get in, but that's it.
Yeah.
And that's not a huge clock. So let's
No.
see where it goes. What he
no,
draws.
without Siege Gangs is certainly allowed, but he can just go wide like
Yeah,
that.
he's
See,
just-
like
Accepting that one will die. As is the life of a goblin.
that's just yeah, they kind of just run headfirst into things. Is he just no blocks?
Is he just
here?
taking it? Oh wow.
No, he did block the matron. It looks like.
Oh, he
The
did? Okay.
Matron went down. So he's gonna take 7. It looks like,
Yep,
dropping him to 7,
and then we'll see
just,
an Aether Vial.
Yep, Aether Vial follow up there. So yeah, I mean, I think Tom's gonna do something this turn, or it's gonna.
And he's getting ported too, so it's gonna be hard. That's an upkeep port. I guess I'm gonna do the mana. I guess it's okay if it's like a bolt. Oh, and it looks like it is. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, looks a bolt for one of the instigators.
Okay. He might be able to stabilize. If he can kill the other instigator, then it's just a bunch of 1/1s, and those aren't gonna do that much.
Yeah, that is true.
But like right now, a jump home at the top or
Yeah,
a matron is
yeah,
just gonna end it.
Right, he can cast anything he draws.
Yeah.
So I think that's.
When he's blocking the instigator now, so he's
Yep.
mitigating the immediate damage as opposed to the long game.
Tom's gonna go down to 4.
Yep. And it looks like there was a wasteland on the volcanic island.
Yeah.
And then a port on the island. So
Oh yeah.
that's gonna be the game.
Yeah, Tom's had enough. That's gonna be game 1 for Dan.
All right, so Goblins gets game 1. You know, it's really hard to. I feel like this match is going to be hard to call the whole way through. This seems like a really close match. But let's see if the sideboard gives either side a really strong lead. So I'll go over the blue-red Delver side first. See what he has to combat these goblins that are currently running him over. So he has 2 Fluster Storms, a Grim Lavamancer, Hydroblast, Is It Staticaster, Price of Progress, Pyroblast, Rough and Tumble, Smash the Smithereens, 2 Surgicals, and a Vapor Snag. So I'm expecting the Grim Lavamancer is going to put in some serious work. That's definitely going to be coming in. The Hydroblast as well. I mean, that's just Vindicate, essentially. Is It Staticaster?
Oh yeah.
Now that's...
It's a little good here.
Yeah, that one's going to kill everything. Past that, he has Rough and Tumbles. That's the Pyroclasm, right? I saw that.
Rough and Tumble
I believe
is,
that's the
I believe,
Pyroclasm.
2 damage to all non-flyers or 6 damage to all flyers.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
believe
about
is
right
what
to
that
me.
is.
So I'm expecting those to come in as well. Just more removal. And then a Vapor Snag that you can bring in, no problem. I'm expecting him to cut like things like Cryptic. Obviously, that's just very expensive. You don't want to be doing that. Maybe some of the sort of like ponders, right? Just things that are looping. Price of Progress. I'm expecting to have come out.
Right.
The Fire Blast. So he has a few free cards to take
Right,
out.
just to shore up the matchup, right? He's not
Yeah.
really changing what he's trying to do. Over here from Goblins, I can tell you the first card that we see is 4 Thorn of the Amethyst.
Okay.
We've also got a Mindbreak Trap, 2 Blood Moon, a Scourge Stinger, a Tuk Scrapper, a Pyrokinesis, a Goblin Sharpshooter, 3 Surgical Extractions, and 1 Sudden Demise. So I think Sudden Demise probably come in, and I'm kind of curious about Thorn of the Amethyst. I know that's probably for Storm type
Yeah,
matches, but is
but
that too
it
slow
seems
here? Or?
I don't like you said the Sun Demise will come in. I'm assuming the Pyrokinesis will also come in.
Sure.
But yeah, those thorns, I don't know. If he just sticks one on turn 2, that really messes
Right.
up
Is
Tom's game plan. I kind of like it.
this a card where it's gonna like player draw is gonna affect how much we like it?
Yeah, I think so. I think on the play, actually, I'm not sure. Now that I think about it, because on the play, it's better because you can get it down faster, but you can just be more proactive with your own plan on your on the play. I think I like it though.
All
I
right.
mean, if you stick a thorn, and if you stick 2, right? That's it.
Yeah,
I'm not casting anything.
The game,
Spells?
they can close out the game pretty quickly. All right, so yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what exactly he goes with in the sideboard package here. But I think we can agree that the sort of burn spells and removal is going to come in.
Yeah,
and,
on both sides.
Probably some number of thorns from
I would
Dan,
hope
I would
so.
think. So looks like we're going to get game started here. Thomas is going to be on the play. See how they like their opening sevens. And it looks like, and Dan, I can see a Goblin Ringleader, an Aether Vial, and Tom just does not want to show us his hand. He's going to crack a Scalding Tarn down to 19, and looks like a turn 1 Delver.
Hey, that's pretty much exactly what Delver always wants to do. So.
And if he flips it blind next turn, we'll know he's really good at Magic.
True. As we were talking about like how mats matter, how good you are, how often you blind flip your Delvers, I think is an indicator of how good you are at Magic.
That's what it's about. That's like direct skill level is determined by how often you just blind flip your Delver. Look, Delver's not going to like you if you're a scrub, right?
No,
He's going to stay not flying.
Yeah.
But if you're real good, it'll just be there for you.
I mean, I know a Delver player whose Delvers, they were foil and they literally were worn. The top was all the foiling was ripped off because of how many times he had flipped it blind, just over and over. So that's really the mark of a strong Delver player.
So from Dan now we got a Chrome Mox. Looks like he's going to exile a Gem Palm Incinerator.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too.
And he's going to Tar Fire. So he did that to play around the days.
Yeah, playing around days very effectively.
Using
once
the
again.
Gem Palm. What is his hand? You must have a terrifying hand if you're willing to just get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a Goblin Ringleader, and I thought I saw an Aether Vial, but that was probably just the Chrome Mox.
Yeah, he would have played that, I'm sure. That's very surprising to me. I'm curious to see what else he has going on in that hand.
Yeah,
that would make him want to get rid of that Gem Palm, because that's just free removal spell, literally free.
Do you think he just has no goblins, like really? But I mean, it's got to be good later. I don't know. It's surprising. He's got to exile something.
Swift Spear comes in, coming in for 1. Nothing too crazy. And then a pass.
Pass back. Dan's turn 2.
Alright, we're gonna have Mountain.
Shocking.
Oh, there was an Aether Vial. You're right. He is dedicated to play around this daze.
I guess so.
Wow. See, I would play into a daze into the just volcanic with no Delver, because if he bounces his land, he's just as behind as I am. But maybe he top decked it. It's also possible. Yeah, because now he's playing into it. There's no way. Yeah.
He must have just drawn this turn.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh man.
I would have switched the ordering of that. Play the Sparksmith first and let the daze get, if he had it, counter that Aether Vial.
FNM Sparksmith that's a lot of nostalgia, man. That's oof.
Sparksmith that's not the sack one, right?
No, so you tap it and deal X damage to target creature and
equal to
yourself, where
goblins.
X is the number of goblins you control. So
Yeah,
it's pretty darn good here.
I was playing a flashback draft after that card was around. Does he have the daze? Is that what's going on right now?
Take 1 point off of Dan here.
And yeah, it looks like that's going to get dazed.
That is
So yeah, like I said, I don't know. Maybe he wants to take the battle more, but...
Yeah, it's a little surprising, considering he's played so effectively against Daze up until this point.
Yeah. Maybe he just got complacent. Always happens. It can happen. Alright, so back to Tom. He draws. Probably going to see that land come back in to play that volcanic. Oh, no, just basic. Island, Ponder. Okay. So, browse trigger on that Swift Spear.
See if he likes his Ponder. There's been a lot of shuffling of Ponders. I think that's generally how it goes. Oh, he likes this one, though.
Yeah, he just takes that card. No hesitation on that.
Yeah, wanted that card real bad. swings in for 2. So it's going to drop down to 17.
And that's a pass.
Yeah, neither
Back.
player really doing too much this game. This is
No,
a
it's a slow one.
lot more deliberate of a game.
Which I think favors Goblins, right? I mean, if this is ringleader and it resolves,
Oh yeah.
let's see if it resolves. And if it does, I mean, this could be
This could get out of hand pretty quickly with
drawing.
Goblin
You know, 2 to 3 cards for free is pretty powerful. Especially if you can find a 1-drop to violin right now too. That would be
So
ideal.
this is similar to our Delver situation though, right? Because if Dan's no good, there's not going to be any goblins on top, right? It's only if he's really good that he'll
true.
have
Will
a
he get
number
all
of
4?
relevant goblins.
I want to see a clean sweep.
He went all 4.
Goblin.
Well, there's one. We're not going to whiff.
Land, rough.
Oh.
Aether Vial and another goblin. What is
It's
that
a
one?
Warren Instigator again.
Instigator again.
It's
So Siege Gang and Instigator. Siege Gang's a little expensive, but he's only 1 land off, so you know.
And
we now
Thomas
know
is
he's
doing nothing. I mean, Dan's still at 17. So.
yeah, and he's clear of the days now. The days would have come down on that for sure.
Oh yeah.
So he knows that if he has the land, that Siege Gang's gonna resolve.
And get enter 2 with that hasty
Oh yeah,
goblin.
I forget that it has haste.
Yeah, they just wanted to put as many lines of text as they could on that card.
Good old Goblin Ringleader.
So it's going to be 17-17, and we're going back to Tom Kauffman. Going to untap and draw his card for the turn. If he wants it, he could shuffle. He knows what it is, so
Yeah, that's true.
he did have the option.
He could
but-
decide to shuffle with that Pluto Delta at any time.
Alright, we're going to see that Volcanic that we knew was in his hand.
Couple mana here. Oh,
And
there's a
there's
Storm Chaser Mage.
Chasing the storms.
Swinging in with 2 1 power creatures. Alright, it's going to drop down to 15.
Yeah, these prowess creatures are not looking great when there's not, prowess triggers happening.
Yeah. Generally, you want your prowess creatures to become larger.
Show their prowess in battle.
I mean, every once in a while, a huge creature has prowess for no reason, right? Like Bedlam Reveler or Pearl Link Ancient.
And, I mean, he's running 2 bedlams. Yeah, Pearl Link Ancient, good one. Yeah, he is running 2 bedlams.
Oh,
so
he is.
a bedlam,
Thomas
yeah,
Kauffman has 2 Bedlam
definitely
Revelers
draw
in the
those.
75. Yeah, all the prowess creatures, man.
Yeah, he's calling this deck blue-red Delver. I really feel it should be just blue-red.
Ooh, but
prowess.
we've got a Goblin Chieftain here, and he's going to put in the
Oh,
the
wow.
Warren Instigator with Aether Vial, and this Warren Instigator's bringing the beats here.
Oh, man, this is
got haste.
terrifying.
This
If
is
he doesn't have the
real.
bolt
this
here,
is a swing for
and he would have bolted pre-combat, so this is
3,
happening.
6, 7, 11. And he's going to put Siege King in? Oh, man, this
Oh,
is
dear.
devastating.
You know, it's interesting. If he would have had another Lord, he could have put down with the first strike before the normal damage happened, and then gotten an additional 3 damage off of that as well. But unfortunately, it looks like he just had the Siege Gang.
Yeah, just a Siege Gang
Yeah.
commander for free, that's all. And they're 2/2s, by the way, those tokens, because of the Chieftain.
Yeah.
So this is, yeah, I don't know what Tom has in a 75 to really come back from this, because this is pretty tough.
This is just a massive board.
Yeah, this is big.
He needs to kill the War Chief. That's step 1. No questions. I don't know. The Siege Gang is just
I
threatening.
mean, he's just gonna die to the other elves on the table. Is the thing.
We need a lot of things.
Okay, another Storm Chaser Mage.
That's not gonna cut it right now.
No, I don't. I mean, it blocks, I guess.
I mean, barely. Oh man, all these prowess creatures and nothing to make them bigger.
Yeah, not generally good when your 4 spells are 4 prowess creatures with haste.
And there's only 1 card left in hand. He's gonna go and fetch, going down to 7. What could this last spell be? Let's see, if it's a bolt, what happens? He bolts the Chieftain,
Then he gets to live for
maybe a turn.
2 turns. Yeah, because he's just gonna Siege Gang him for 8 over the
One,
course
two,
of 2
three.
turns. So
Well, it'd
yeah,
be 9,
I mean,
10, 11 damage on board, so he'd have to hold back some blockers if it's a bolt.
Oh yeah, Tom's holding back blockers regardless. I think he might be able to poke with like one
He
of the
could-
mages.
I think he can poke with 2. If it's a bolt, and Dan has nothing.
Then he can pass. and then try and set up some like really cheeky blocks.
Okay. Well, there's that chain
Oh,
lightning.
the chain lightning. That's awful because it's slow. You can't even like try and.
Still not
Get it.
chained back though. That's so miserable. Just want to see it once, Graydon.
I can't help you there. What's he killing though? Is he going for the chieftain?
That's the question he's trying to
He's
figure
waving
out.
it around like he wants it. Can he just do them both?
He's
Because that's what he that's what he really wants.
wants to read these goblins to see if their text has changed.
And
not.
it looks like.
That's not. I don't think that's good.
Well, let's see. What's gonna happen with the tax, right? He gets the instigator has to get blocked because it's a double striking 2/2.
Right.
The chieftain has to get blocked. So 2/4. He'll go to 1, and he can kill the chieftain, but he'll lose everything but 2 creatures.
I don't think Dan is in the market to attack with chieftain here. I think he's just going to attack with his other creatures.
That's true, unless he has lethal. If he has another goblin, then
It
it's
just
lethal
makes every
pretty
goblin you
much.
draw so much better. Oh,
Oh,
man.
oh dear,
That's unreal.
yeah, that's not what you.
He's counting to see that it does more than.
More than 3.
Yeah, it does a few damage.
I
A
think
few points
that-
of damage there.
Yeah, I think he's got enough. All right, so now I believe that this is chump blocks across the board, and he goes to 1. Chump blocks in 1 bounce. So 2 chump blocks, 1 bounce, and then he goes to 1 life.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not where you want to be.
It's not a winning line most of the time.
Certainly not. And if he has anything, any goblin, it's lethal. Yep, that is game.
I gotta say, I underestimated this goblin deck. man.
Yeah,
This is
both times you see on the
this
camera,
is
it
a
has
crushing.
really run over the competition.
okay. Yeah, and that's the
and
game in the
hands
match for Dan
extended.
Ford. He moves to
Ow.
4-0.
He's really just showing some dominance.
Yeah, that was. We
Mike Hadley
expected
better
this
watch
to be
out.
close. I think.
And it didn't seem that way at all.
No, it seemed like Tom was playing checkers and Dan was playing chess. That's what it seemed like.
It's true.
It seemed like they weren't even, Yeah, that was rough.
So I really want to see now Mike Hadley and Dan Ford go off in a Goblin
Oh,
mirror.
you want the Goblin Mirror?
I want the Goblin mirror now. I really hope that that gets to happen.
I think Hadley's been getting bashed on. I'm not sure.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, we'll have to see. I'm gonna go see if we've got a backup match with him.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. So while he's gone, chat, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free.
I'll hang out with you guys for a few minutes here while we're waiting to see if there's any backup matches or.
Anything going on. And just want to say thank you for joining us today. Anyone that's just joining, I am Graydon Baker, joined with Kevin McCoy, and we are at Desert Sky Games in Chandler, Arizona. This is the first Arizona Eternal Magic Legacy City Championships that's going on right now. We're in round 4 of 6, and we'll be cutting to top 8 afterwards. This is a new thing, so this is our first time doing it. We've had a few technical difficulties. We are trying to get all those worked out, and we will continue to do so for the next stream. But appreciate everyone tuning in today and hanging out with us.